Hey guys, welcome back to Day-Today Chess. This is Sabina, and today is supposed to be the last day of Subscribers Week. However, because I haven't really received any games that I thought were good to be shown at this point on my YouTube channel, I've decided to make another video today and kind of do a wrap-up in a way of the European Team Chess Championship that took place, and actually there's one more round to be played tomorrow in Reykjavik, Iceland. So I guess at the moment that I decided to make the Subscribers Week, I had totally forgotten that this tournament would take place, and it would be really good to check some of the important games there. But you know, there are more days, there are more tournaments, and definitely these games are going to remain for everybody to see, and I'm going to select some of the most important ones to show to you in the weeks to come. And so it was really important for me to do Subscribers Week to really see how many of you are watching this and would like to help me to find beautiful games to share with everybody. And it was a little bit tough. I know I'm still at the beginning, but you know, I always aim high, and this time it didn't seem to be as planned, but I'll make sure to be having whatever games that I need way in advance, so that this doesn't happen and I don't get into a situation where I have to kind of change my plans. So anyways, I really appreciate those who have sent me their games. Thank you so much. It was really helpful for me, and I hope everybody has enjoyed them, everybody who has watched my videos. And so that's pretty much all I have to say. I really hope you are going to stay tuned for tomorrow's Season Up Your Sunday Endgame Study Explained, because I'm going to make also an important announcement that is basically going to come maybe as a surprise to some of you. Maybe not, but I really hope you'll enjoy it, and it's going to be something fun to look forward to. And so, with that said, let us just start checking some of the biggest blunders that happened in this European Championship. Most of my examples are taken from round 8 of the event, but I also have another example that came kind of like a surprise to everybody. The world champion Magnus Carlsen lost against Yannick Pelletier, number 2 chess player in Switzerland, and who was a top chess player in the world before. Lately it seems that he hasn't been playing that well. His current rating is 2566, I believe, but let's not forget, with a big career behind, it's still it's great. He has achieved a great result, being able to beat Magnus Carlsen. But of course, in order to be the world champion, you actually need a little bit of luck, and you need the opponent and the world champion to make a blunder, and that's exactly what happened. And Yannick Pelletier was able to just utilize the blunder and of course transform it into a win for him. So that was the big surprise of the event, I believe. And I want to share that game and that position with you in case you haven't already seen it on some other websites. But here's the position. So Magnus Carlsen has white in this position, and Yannick Pelletier has black. And Yannick just played king c7, attacking the rook. If we just look at this position, we realize that white has a passed pawn, and that's kind of far away, but it's going to be very tough to actually push it, because you know the black pieces are close to stop that pawn from pushing, and black doesn't really have weaknesses in this position. Maybe this g7 pawn, but it's really hard to actually, you know, attack it and get something out of the position. So in general, you know, just looking at the position, we would assume that it's going to end in a draw. But of course, when you're a top player, number 1 ranked, there's a lot of pressure and you need to win, specifically because it's a team competition. So, but you should not make mistakes that are going to be in your not favorable to you, of course. So surprisingly, in this position, Magnus, instead of just playing rook b5, which would have been the natural move in this position, and okay, if the rooks get traded here after rook b6, what to do? Trade the pieces. The opponent was strong enough, defended well, because he actually did. Yannick defended super well in this game. If you get the chance, please be sure to check that game, the entire game, because here we are on move 45, so, you know. But anyways, okay, draw, what to do? Sometimes we have problems in making these decisions. That we really, when we're playing against a weaker opponent, the psychological part tells us, no, we have to win. We have to find a way to win. And Magnus pushed too hard in this position. He went rook g8, which is a big blunder in this position, going for a pawn. But what did he miss? Of course, you know the drill. Pause the video and try to find the move for black. And of course, Yannick found it instantaneously. He played knight e7, attacking the rook, and the knight in d3. Well, this maybe wouldn't have been a big deal if after rook takes g2, rook takes d3, if we could take the knight. That would be just fine. But the problem is rook takes d3 is check, so you actually have to move the king. And after rook d7, black defended the piece, has a piece up, and it's just a matter of technique to be able to transform this into a win, which Yannick did very nicely. Magnus really had no chance here to switch this game into his, at least to make a draw from here. So I think he must have felt very terrible upon the conclusion of this game. Well done, Yannick. He actually has beaten Hikaru Nakamura some weeks before, so definitely somebody to look for when you're thinking the top players cannot be beaten. You know, you should definitely check for some interesting games, because that can happen to everybody. So anyways, this is the way the game finished, although Magnus won one more pawn here. After knight d5, the knight is centralized. We are going to go for some mating ideas. The only weakness in black's position is the c6 pawn, which is super well protected, and now all we have to do is try to have some to win the other pawns and have some mating threats, of course. And the game just lasted a little bit longer. After knight f6, you can't push that pawn anymore, and this pawn is going to be stopped by the king. So after rook d8, knight e4, Magnus resigned. So this was #1 blunder. That was the surprise of the tournament. Now another game that I would like to show you, actually a position, is in the game between Rapport and Rajabov. So this was a position that came after, in the game between Rapport and Rajabov in this 8th round of the event. And in this position, white went for h4. So what do you think about this position? The way I saw it was that white was certainly much better. I can't say exactly immediately winning, but definitely much better, because the bishops are super strong on these diagonals. This pawn in c5 is blocked, so it looks like white actually has a pawn up. The black's pieces don't seem to be coordinated. This bishop is closed. So, and white's move h4 seems natural, with, of course, with the idea to play some h5. But in this position, you know, you still have to try to fight with black. Maybe some, I don't know, bishop a4, attack the rook. And if rook d6, maybe now you can play f6, chase the queen away. You know, it's not simple. It's a very tough position to play, actually. But at least you can try. If the queen goes to d5, maybe you can try some bishop c6, and when, if white captures, of course, we take in a1. It's really tough, but you know, there's some ideas that black could try. Rajabov actually went for f6 in this position, and he lost quite fast. Can you guys try to pause the video and find the continuation here for white? Okay, so in this position, white went queen c7, a very good move. And here you can see how strong these bishops of white are. Queen c7, threatening the bishop. Okay, you have to move the bishop. This is the only spot that seems acceptable, not to allow some bishop f7 and trap your queen, of course. And now bishop e6, threatening bishop f5. I mean, I really love this position when I saw it. It's just domination. This black pieces don't do anything. King h8, what to do? Bishop f5 was the threat. Now queen b7, where do you move your rook? Rook a3 is the only move, and now the move that wins the game, queen e7. And queen f8 is the threat, queen g8 afterwards, of course. This was a game. I mean, crazy in my opinion. White is much better, but it shouldn't be winning that fast, you know. Just try to oppose some defense, and in this position Rajabov didn't really do much. So I thought it was worth showing how these the bishops of whites kind of dominated the position. Okay, then another game that I wanted to go over was between Grandelius. Well, two grandmasters. Everybody here is a grandmaster basically from the games they show that I've decided to show for today. Between Grandelius and Lupulescu. Lupulescu is a grandmaster from Romania, and today I was actually checking some games from the Romanian team for some other event that I'm doing, and I found this game so interesting that I thought I would share it with you guys as well. So let's just put it from black's perspective here. In this position, black's last move was rook d8, attacking the queen, and what to do here? Knight d4 seems the nice, the normal response to just close the action of the rook to the queen. Of course, instead of that, white's better move supposedly was rook takes e7, and after queen takes e7, just sacrificing the exchange with the idea that I'm going to try to hang on to the position a little longer. But knight d4 is actually, although a natural move, it's supposed to lose immediately. And I was actually surprised that Lupulescu didn't play the move immediately. He actually went here bishop f6. Can you guys try to pause the video and see a better move for black in this position? Alrighty, so the move here is bishop c5. Amazing, there is actually a difference between bishop f6 and bishop c5. Because now, what do you play? How can you even defend that knight? I mean, I'm threatening to take it. You just need to move the queen, right? Queen c3. And now I have bishop a3 check. You have to go king d2, only move. Takes, rook d8, simply winning, a very simple, clear win. And probably Lupulescu had the same idea with bishop f6, but overlooked the opportunity of whites to capture in f6, which Grandelius also missed. And now, of course, black is still super much better, but it's not winning instantaneously like the other move, because now after king b2, for example, if we play rook to d6, of course, white can just move the queen, and you know it's going to be black still has to fight until he's going to win. But after bishop f6, white played queen e3. Please pause the video and find the win here for black. So the move is f4, and now queen e4. What to do? And the last move of the game, queen c3. You're losing your knight. I'm threatening queen a1. Another amazing kind of attacking fast game. So I really hope you enjoyed this game as well. Let's check another game that I had prepared here for you guys between Giri and Shirov. And the position, and I'm going to give you white because this was the position. And in this position, white is better. He has the knight versus the bishop. You know, I mean, the h-file is open, we can think of some attack, but it looks like black still has some counter-attack on the d-file. And so in this position, Giri played rook e3, attacking the queen, and the natural move here would have been queen b4. But instead, Shirov played rook d3. Try to pause the video and find a big blunder. I mean, why this move is a blunder. The move that Giri played was rook d1. And because of this double cross pins, black is losing material and resigned. I really hope you enjoyed this blunder. Stay tuned for more tomorrow. Bye.